guys. Hello.
Hey, what's going on, gang? This is one of the very first crossovers for Sketch Squad TV and the Prince Magnum channel. So, what we're actually going to review, it's not a super retro game, but it is one of my all-time favorites. This is none other than Grand Theft Auto 3. Now, Grand Theft Auto 3, when it came out, it really took the world by storm because of the open world gameplay. So right now, I'm on Portland Island of Liberty City, and I'm going to kind of show y'all some of the neat stuff that's in game that most people didn't know existed, and were Easter eggs and just goofy little things like that that most people didn't know about. So we're just going to do this. We're going to have some fun with it, and hopefully y'all get a big kick out of it, because when I seen this stuff for the first time, I couldn't stop laughing. So the first stop, we need an 18-wheeler.
Sketch Squad TV presents the Maverick Nation, and vice versa. We're just finding little random things in the game. They're quite funny, things that I've never seen in the game, and it's pretty hilarious.
I was going to say, you already seen a couple of things already. Okay. Again, this is just we're just kind of goofing off here. This is on one of my saved files, and I've already beat the game. But if you will, we're going to go. We're borrowing, typical Grand Theft Auto. We're borrowing an 18-wheeler here. Out of the way, fool.
Earlier, he pulled up, shot somebody out of the random, and he already had known that the guy had a piece of paper in his hand or a notebook, and it was quite funny. Had a risque drawing on it.
Yeah, like, we'll get to that.
What's going on? I've never seen that before.
We'll get to that soon enough. Now, for those that don't know, the reason why the main character, we believe his name is Claude, but we don't know his last name. When asked why the guy doesn't speak, why he's a mute, more or less, Rockstar was kind enough to explain they didn't think it was necessary. So they focused on the content, the people talking and everything else. That was the main focus.
There's not any dialogue between maybe the Mafia and him or anything like that?
No. Anybody he taught...
Cinematics?
No. Even in the cinematics, there is no conversation between him and anybody else, and it's just because they didn't think it was necessary. So that's why when he makes his cameo appearance in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, he doesn't speak, and It was a reference to this game. Which, by the way, he's actually a really good racer in that game. He ain't no slouch.
Yeah, because in the new cinematics of games like GTA 5, he's got some kind of dialogue between people.
I'm just gonna push my way through. I got an 18-wheeler.
Trying to drive this perfect so we don't get any stars, so we can go show exactly.
Ah, shoot! I would take the wrong spot.
Mind you, he didn't use any codes or any cheats in the game. He always pretty much follows the engine of the game and
this is an
plays it without the.
This is an
extras.
Actual PlayStation 2, and I actually inherited a second copy of the game. Maybe we ought to do a giveaway sometime, giving that away, because having one of the originals. I mean, it's one thing to have it on emulator, but to have the originals.
We've got it on the emulator. We come through a lot clearer, but there's save games on here that just aren't on the emulator. So we'll be playing some other games. We got some Capcom classics and some other content as well.
Okay.
We'll be bringing on the channel here with all the overlays and whatnot. That way you can see us in the game at the same time, switch through scenes and stuff like that for your viewing pleasure.
Okay. Now, for those that do not know, there are some interesting secrets to this game. Like all the Grand Theft Auto games, there's always something to be discovered. and I'm about to show you guys my favorite one in game. I've started to review this, but I just never really did. You're gonna get a big freaking truck like this one right here.
Stand on top of it, or I don't know what he's doing. He's been showing me some very interesting things in this.
Well,
the suspense, the thrill, the horror.
Well, we'll get into horror later.
Okay.
Trust me.
Resident Evil. Dude, let's do the Resident Evil series.
We might have to.
Or just the one that I got on emulator.
Okay.
That's one player.
Dirt.
I really don't mind watching a single player game, especially if it's as interesting as Prince Magnum. Because he does go through some cool things here and makes the gameplay quite interesting. I knew you were going to stand on top of it.
Yeah.
Trying to get up there.
This is exactly what we're going to do. Okay. Now,
look at the trees, man. They're all
pixelated and everything.
Old.
Okay.
Old graphics.
Now, this is one of these secret areas. You normally cannot get back here. That's why you have to get in here
with the truck.
With the truck. And when you do, let me bring up my sniper rifle.
You weren't supposed to be able to get in here, you know. That's funny. Let me look at the camera here.
Hang on.
I'm going to lower the brightness a little bit. There you go. There you go.
Now you see, I mean, this is something in game that most people. I had played this game numerous times, beat it several times. One of my favorite games to play. Hang on, I'll get the. You could get a better look at it like this because you don't have the crosshairs blocking it. And the first time I heard about this, I was like, I got to go see it for myself.
Right.
And then I get this, and now there's going to be some darker stuff in here, and it's not bad. It's just, you know, some stuff that most people don't know about. But there's that. That's one of my favorites. All right, so let's move on to the next spot. For those also who do not know, is this game came on the heels of the 9/11 incident. We'll wait for that to go off because I really don't like dealing with the police on this game. They like to shoot first, ask questions later. Okay. Onward and upward. And again, this game came about in the real early 2000s. And again, it's one of my favorites to play. The first two original Grand Theft Auto games were top-down.
Right.
Okay.
I didn't prefer those. I didn't like those ones too much. When it started getting into the 3D is when I was like, oh, 3D open world, cool.
Okay. Now I'm going to actually surprise you here. They knew where the sequel was going to be taking place. When they said Vice City, we know that Vice City was
predispositioned.
Well, it was supposed to represent Miami in the 1980s. Well, Rockstar already knew exactly where they were.
See you in Miami.
They knew exactly where they were going next.
Cool.
As a matter of fact, even in one of the missions, it says the guy says, "I'll see you in Miami."
Oh, so, crazy!
Yeah, in this game. All right, so there's that. And again, for those that do not know, Liberty City is supposed to be a representation of New York City. This particular setting right here is actually in Vice City. If you go to the movie studio in Vice City, you'll actually see a similar set to this right here in the movie set. Like it's a set for, you know.
This is in Vice City too?
Yeah, inside of the movie studio, you can actually walk down what is Liberty City and Vice City, so it's kind of like
Liberty City is a PSP game, isn't it?
Liberty City there was also Liberty City Stories.
Yeah, that was PSP.
I was on PlayStation 2 as well.
Okay. One of them was only PSP centric.
That would have been Vice City Stories.
There you go. There you
go. Okay. You'll see a bunch of references to these
Top Down City.
Yeah. These posters will make it into other Grand Theft Auto games as well.
Or previous.
Actually, this one, this is kind of the original of what we know Grand Theft Auto to be today. Now, over here, I'm going to show you. This game has a tendency to, yeah, I'll get out of your way soon enough. This game has a tendency to,
Camp Boys also includes
it's actually advertised.
Smash single Pray It something. Okay, I didn't read it.
I can even
yo, welcome back.
Well,
we can cut that later or whatever.
Yeah,
have one overlay or something or none.
Right. Now I'm looking for a specific billboard, which it should be close by.
Okay. An important phone call to receive, so.
Right.
We're back in the game now.
Okay, here it is. If you look, it tells you the temperature, and if you look, the time is actually right on with the one on the top of the screen. So it'll actually,
interesting.
Yeah. And for those that don't know, it uses military time in game.
That's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Or 2 o'clock.
Going on 3. And it gives the temperature.
The minutes go by hella fast.
Yeah. Well, for every minute, it's a second in game.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. We need to go over and
stop at the burger place. I'm hungry.
Right. Hang on. You turn.
Just as you see in game, the driving experience and professionalism.
Well, thankfully, I'm not. Oh, the cafe.
I take that back. Didn't you just smash that window and have it respawn?
Yeah.
They must have fixed it.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you.
Oh, Lord. TW at? What does that say, folks? Can you tell me?
Just leave it. You're welcome to leave that in the comments box below.
Jeez.
Well, again, these games are really not exactly for kids.
Right.
One of the problems about this game that I don't like is that the pedestrians will jump out in front of you if you're not careful. So if you're trying to avoid stars.
This doesn't have like helicopters or anything like that?
No.
But you did show me that one airplane with the
we'll get to that.
Or 9/11 reference.
Yeah,
this is interesting.
If you're having problems gaining cash in game and you don't want to use the cheats, because cheats will actually hurt you in these games, just do that jump you just seen me do repeatedly. Gosh dang, my phone's blowing up. You just come out and you just rinse and repeat. And there's actually some pretty cool cars that spawn down in that area too. I don't think they like me in this neighborhood.
They're shooting at you?
Yeah, they're taking pop shots.
Ghetto neighborhood and expensive car.
Well, it doesn't look like it now.
Right.
In this game, the gameplay is kind of difficult when it comes to the driving. That and I've been doing a lot of retro games, so I've gotten really used to D-pads again. And
he showed me the Atari 2600 and Sword Quest series going through, and all these other Atari games, and they're just so simple, and it's like, wow, that's what we, spawned from in here now in the technology uprisal, evolution. Very interesting to see that.
We need to go over to the college real quick. I'm just having a hard time remembering right off the top of my head because it's such a big map. Oh, we got to look at the stadium.
Oh, yeah.
The football stadium.
Yeah, I remember that one. Oh, that one says head on it.
Head Radio. It's the alternative music station in Liberty City. I have the radio station turned off right now due to, monetization issues, because when both channels are monetized, the ad revenue, just because of copyright stuff. But anyhow,
right.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the stadium. Now, there is a way to fly over it, but it's very, very difficult. So we're just going to do it like this. The name of the, it's kind of censored, but I think you know what it says.
Move it to the right a little bit.
But I think you could kind of put
the Liberty City Cox.
That's the name of the football team for Liberty City. As a matter of fact,
silly.
As a matter of fact, there's a lot of patrons that walk in this area, and on the back of their jackets, you'll actually see. Oh, I'll show you.
Everyone said Stewart.
Yeah, I think it's like a tool company or something. Okay, here's the college campus. We'll just park what's left of our car right there. Ah, there.
Did it say Liberty City Cox?
Yeah.
We just yelled that out, but in like fear. It's the Liberty City Cox.
Okay.
Oh, what's that? Green? Oh, star?
Yeah, that's and right on the back of his jacket there's the rooster.
It's a rooster. Gotcha.
See?
Reginald the Rooster.
Okay.
I used to have a rooster, and that thing was huge, and it was mean on the farm. And it would chase you and peck the shit out of your legs and make you deep gouges.
Okay, here we go. Here's the guy I was looking for.
Uh-oh. What'd you kill him? Oh. What? Oh, yeah, it's the guy that has the thing in his hand.
I believe this guy is in anatomy class.
Oh, Lord.
We'll make that a quick shot. For censorship purposes. Okay, cross the bridge, cross the bridge. We'll make that a quick shot. Put a record scratch in there somewhere, in final editing. The Stinger is one of my favorites in this game. There is a way to get your hands on a Patriot that's bulletproof in one of your missions. But if you're not careful, it'll disappear. There's also going to be a reference to Scooby-Doo in here. A Scooby-Doo reference.
It's not their van, is it?
I'll let you be surprised. Okay. Bust out of Yui here. Thank God I don't drive like this in real life. Okay. Now this is where it takes a slightly darker turn for just a brief moment. Since Shoreside Vale. Okay. Come down here. Well, shoot.
Oh, ran into a cop. Uh-oh.
Okay. Remember cellular phones like that?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay. The statue. We got to go see the statue first. For those who love history, and this is definitely, I'm glad that we're doing this on my series of Look Into Our Past. For those who do not know who Ernest Hemingway is, we're going to briefly talk about him.
Didn't you write the Secret to Life?
He actually was
The Greatest Secret of All Life, or something like that.
Something like that. What he mainly did, he was a journalist. Actually, he was a journalist in in the early 1900s. And he was one of the journalists that covered World War II.
Uh-huh.
And back in, here, we'll take a look at this real quick.
It's a great little excerpt, it's about, I think, 45 minutes long. He talks about the greatest secret to life. It's pretty cool. I've listened to it multiple times.
Okay. If you look at this here, this statue, most people didn't get it. I didn't get it until I looked this up.
For those who fought for freedom, 1936.
This is about the time that Nazi Germany actually took over, and most people. There is a debate among historians that say that World War II started in 1939. There are some that say it started in 1932. Mm-hmm. And that's because Japan had started invading countries in 1932. Nazi Germany didn't start. The first war that they started was with Poland in 1939. So there's where the debate is. But in 1936, Nazi Germany came. The Nazis took control of Germany, and at that time, there was a lot of censorship and things like that going on. And Ernest Hemingway traveled to Paris because there was a lot of journalists coming in at that time in 1936, and he was the advocate speaking out against the atrocities that Nazi Germany was doing. And that's how we knew what we knew going on at that time, is through Ernest Hemingway, and because he was there in Paris, France. And in 1936, that's what this is actually about. It's a freedom of speech reference to 1936.
They give me room to pull the Godwin theory card.
Yeah. So a little bit of history in game for those. And while we're standing here, this is a perfect spot to show this off because this is my favorite spot to do this. I love. You ever heard the saying "shoot the moon"?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Because that's what we're going to do right now. Watch closely.
It's enlarging?
Yeah. And going smaller.
Why?
There's something in game.
Weird. And that's the only thing that does that, is the moon.
Yeah. Now, something else that should also be noted is in game, there is no stars in the sky except for the Rockstar logo. And they do this in all the Grand Theft Auto games that I know of. Yeah. So there's your Rockstar logo. It's the clearest spot to get a shot at the moon, literally. So a little bit of history there too. Pretty neat, huh?
That's cool. Little secrets.
Little Easter eggs.
Right. Oh, is this the airplane one?
Yes, we're going to go ahead and make a reference to.
That's crazy you remember all that stuff, too.
I found it interesting. I found it really interesting. Okay. We're going to go ahead and pull this bad boy out so you all can get a good look at it. This is the Dodo. Now, in later games, the Dodo gets its wings back, but in this one, the wings are clipped. Most people don't know this, but Rockstar, at the time when developing this game, had a mission where you were to fly a Dodo into a building. Well, the game was in development just before 9/11. When 9/11 happened, they took that mission out and they clipped the wings of the Dodo because of the 9/11 incident, because of that whole ordeal,
Right.
you know, flying it. And so, for the purposes of not getting the game banned, they.
That's crazy. So there's a mission. The mission's not in the game no more.
No, it's not in the game anymore. They completely.
Where can someone find it if they're looking up?
It might still be embedded in the game file somewhere, but it would require a lot of equipment to probably get in there and find it.
Wow.
And even the Dodo is. I've seen people do it, but I am not that good. But you can get it to kind of fly for split seconds. Some people have been able to get it to fly for very long distances. And there's actually a hidden island that if you can get the thing to fly, you know, there's more to be seen. Like at the outskirt, at the edge of the map, you can actually get the game credit, you know, the people who were in developing this game.
Crazy.
To show up, and you could actually fly over the stadium and get a better look at the Liberty City Cox logo.
Huh.
And you'll see it is
Cool.
It is not easy to. You can see me pulling back the nose, trying to get it to lift off, and it's just.
A little bit. You flew for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's about. So they really made it hard to fly in this game because of the 9/11 incident. I didn't even get
Wow.
it. Yeah.
Trip. I know in the new games you can definitely fly.
Oh yeah.
No issue. That's crazy.
Yeah. Rockstar also had a problem because it just didn't have the capabilities to allow you to swim. Because of those problems,
You die.
well, they wrote in game for the design flaw that you couldn't swim. They wrote in that it was an oil spill around it, making the water toxic.
Ah.
Interesting, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we need to find us a car.
Then that should be acid rain.
Well, it wasn't. I don't know. It's a pretty gritty looking town.
Hey.
Okay. Interesting enough. Hang on here. Watch this.
Get up in the plane and fly. Yeah.
Walk right through it. It's just,
Collisions off.
yeah. Again, making sure that they did everything they could. You can't even get into the helicopters. That's just there. So you can't even shoot it. You could shoot it all day long, but nothing happens.
Huh. And the collisions off of those
Yeah.
items.
Kind of sucks, you know. Well, the police aren't out here. I hope they don't mind me borrowing this. The police cars are very squirrely in this game. There is a little trick to it, but yeah, that's a 9/11 reference.
Crazy. A lot of people didn't. I didn't know about the 9/11 thing until you told me. A
Right.
lot of people don't know about this stuff. Especially the younger generation. They're like, what is this? Right? Because
Right.
it's like boxy and I can't see anything.
Right.
Because then the more mature generation's like, that's old school, man. It's past time. If any of you feel
Okay.
that way, if any of you feel that way, and
So-
desire to, press that like button.
Okay. One of my favorite. Best you can read it. It's got spoofs on names of action characters that you would have found in the 1980s. Soldiers of Misfortune. They Left together, came back in pieces.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. A lot of that stuff. Badfellas, which is a reference to Goodfellas. Yeah.
Isn't that the mayor of the town right there in the first picture?
I don't think so. Let's see.
Saturday Night Beaver.
Says Saturday Night Beaver.
Silly. A lot of things in here. Of course, GTA is known for that.
Right.
But you got to find them.
You've got to know where to look. And there's references to real cars in these games, obviously. For example, we're passing by what is known as the Stallion, which is a reference to the 1970 Oldsmobile Cutlass, one of my all-time favorites. That's supposed to represent the Bob. Yeah.
That dude just cut you off. It was in the other lane.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, fuck the police.
All right.
Zip.
Yeah, it's supposed to represent the gap.
Yeah, the gap. Huh.
Wichita Garden is excellent. We're here.
Huh.
We need to borrow this van for just a minute. We'll give it right back, I promise. Not really.
I think the first GTA video game, I think it was this one, or Vice City, I can't remember. Before this, on PlayStation, no, it was PlayStation 1. Is this PlayStation 1?
No, it's PlayStation 2.
Okay. But a lot of driver. You were the wheelman.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you a moment to take this in. What does this look like?
The drawing on the side of the van?
With the drawing and the coloration of the van. Do you not see it? The Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo.
Silly.
So,
it is, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the window like it too.
Yeah. And yeah.
Cool. Colors and everything.
Now, the guys who directed making the Grand Theft Auto games were inspired by the movie Scarface. So now we're going to go get a Scarface reference in this game. Besides for those that don't know, Flashback, the radio station Flashback it's nothing but the soundtrack from Scarface, which is really cool if you ask me. Just a lot of that in this game, a lot of that, and I really like this. Yeah, I like this stuff. Let's see.
More coffee?
Coffee. I didn't think I even grabbed my. Oh no, it's right there. I'm fine. I think I'm okay actually. What are you thinking? You thinking this is kind of neat, isn't it?
It's cool.
I was kind of blown away when I started finding this stuff.
A lot of little cool stuff in there.
Oh yeah. And I'm sure, gamers have not found all of it yet. There's one particular gentleman. He does nothing but urban legends and ghost stories from the San Andreas game, and he's made an entire channel out of it. That's all he does is just. I forget the guy's name, but it's nothing but urban legends and ghost stories and things like that. In Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. That's all it is, because that out of all of the Grand Theft Auto games, that is still the one that everyone goes to.
Right.
Personally, though, after living the East Coast, West Coast crap of the 1990s, it's not one of my favorites. If you stay on that bridge, which I have all of them, you go up to the top. There's a hidden package on that part that raises and lowers.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. So if you're playing it for the first time, you're looking for all the hidden packages. There's one up there. All this stuff. Yeah. Interesting.
A lot of cool stuff in their old school gameplay. Thought it might be a good idea to use the particular equipment that we're using to kind of exemplify the retro aspect.
And there's something to be said about playing these games as they were meant to. You can use all the emulators you want. At Days End, it's not the way the game was meant to be played.
In the CRT, it was the TVs that there was no flat screens back then.
No, not like today. The best you had was a DLP rear projection.
Right.
And those things were big, heavy, but they were really neat. They had great quality. Okay.
The best that money could offer at the time.
Mm-hmm. There was, as a matter of fact, there was another mission that was even taken out of this game. The El Burro. Now, once you beat the mafia, get through all the mafia stuff, make sure that you don't go over there because they use shotguns and they will blow you to smithereens. Yeah, it's like next to impossible to get up there. Harwood, in Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Tommy Vercetti is referred to by the mob, by the mafia as the Harwood Butcher. He was sent in to kill one man, and he ended up having to kill 15 and was arrested and spent 15 years in prison.
Only 15 for killing 15?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
If you're looking for money, steal some vehicles and just send it to the crusher.
Huh.
Watch closely.
I didn't know you could do this. Crush cars.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
And the game does keep track of how many cars you crush. This feature was also left in for Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories.
Oh, interesting. So it'll give you money just now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, we're going to take a trip. We're going to need a four-wheel drive truck anyway, so that just works out. To avoid the mob. Well, to avoid the mafia. A little bit different. The difference between the two. It's both organized crime. Yeah, St. Mark's, you got to be real careful in.
St. Mark's?
Yeah.
Looks like you disabled the car alarm.
The world's first four-wheel drive truck. Come on, you piece of puppy food. This particular vehicle is based on the Ford Ranger. Well, screw it. Okay, now when you come over here, actually,
Nice cars.
yeah, we'll just borrow this one for just a moment.
Secret areas.
Actually, this isn't exactly a secret, but if you want another four-wheel drive truck, usually one's sitting right there.
Weird.
Okay.
It's weird how he remembers all this stuff.
In Grand Theft Auto Vice City, you'll see inside of an aquarium a reference to the lighthouse and that. It's inside of an aquarium in the very first safe house that you get, which is Ocean View Hotel. And you'll actually see this in there, which I'll have to show you that.
What does that refer to?
This game.
Oh, okay.
These games, if you will, these games are notorious for referring to each other. You're already seeing that they knew where they were going to go in the next game,
right?
Which was a version of Miami, Vice City, and now in Vice City, you'll actually even see posters of this game in the same place, and inside an aquarium, you'll see this particular.
It must have been like an interesting or a place for the developer or author of the game that they liked or went to in their real life, possibly.
Well, I think considering the time, I think it was one of those artistic things. So now that we've gotten that one done,
cold.
We'll come over here. This was something that was taken out of game, but the reference to it is still left in game.
St. Mark's.
Okay. The homeless people here, initially, you were supposed to be able to do a mission with one of them, but they took it out. But the reference to it is still left in game.
Weird.
And if you kill these people, they'll drop anywhere from up to 2 to 4 Molotov cocktails.
Oh. Check that out.
And you can see it in their hands, too.
For the scum of the world.
Yeah, they're homeless.
Yeah.
Okay.
No Molotov cocktails today, guys.
Well, this is a YouTube video where if there was no camera, well, All right, so that takes care of that. Like I said, this one's actually my favorite because even though the main character Claude does not speak, in my head I'm actually doing my own dialogue. So that's one of the reasons why I love this game so much. Is that in a way it allows for that. And if you were a gamer in the 1980s and and you had the pixelated graphics, you had to use your imagination a lot, so that just helps out. Now there used to be a boat over here, and I'll have to show it to you. In Vice City, they make a reference to the sinking of this boat, and it was right here, and you'll actually see this boat again sunken off the shore of Vice City. You just got to get the right boat and get to it and everything. We'll show you that in another video. But
cool.
Very interesting. There is a ghost story in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas we'll have to show you. There are some secret missions that most people don't know about in this game as well. A guy named Marty Chongs, who lives, he owns the Vichin Dog Food Factory, and he's right over here. At certain times, this phone will ring, but there will be no icon that'll show up. So you have to just go here. For the longest time, most people wouldn't have known, unless you bought the guide, why that gate opens for you. But that's why, because there's actually a set of missions right there, about 4 of them.
Cool.
So, very interesting. Let's see. And bridge. I think I'm running out of stuff to show you, I believe. They don't like me in Chinatown either.
Are there any hills like you can race toward and just do a huge jump for us? Oh, never mind. Yeah, that's exactly what we needed. Oh, shoot.
Oh, buddy.
That would have been great if it would have kept carrying you.
There's some places that you can only get to by taking that.
It's funny, right as I was saying that.
I knew what was next. Real quick, I will also show a very cool secret. When you have to take out Salvatori Leone in this game, your best bet so you don't get caught, get a sniper rifle. Okay? And you're going to come over here.
Memorize the names even, dude.
You're going to come over here to this location. You're going to climb up here. And it'll give you a great vantage point. You're going to want to get right about here. Shine your sniper rifle right down like such. And you will have Salvatori Leone right in your sights the moment he comes out, and nobody will be able to see you.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Which that's for Asuka. And she buys it later.
That may be in the game.
Yeah.
Play through or walk through.
Yeah, so that's
well.
But that's the best spot to do that in. And of course, hidden packages all over the area. There's usually around about 32 to 33 per island. There's 100 total in game, and each 10 unlocks something new. Let's see. There's 8-ball bomb shops in each island, along with at least one pay and spray. Where in Hepburn Heights, they don't like me here either. After you do all the missions for Joey, sometimes a BF injection pops up there.
Oh, look at that car.
Yep, and we're going to get one. That's actually my all-time favorite in here because it's got a blower sticking up through the hood, and it's, looks like a 1970 Olds Cutlass. So give it here, prick.
Oh, what? Oh, what? Oh, man.
They didn't like that, did they?
No.
Well, too bad. I took it anyways. What's mine is mine, and what is yours, it will be mine. Okay. You can tell I'm not used to doing this on camera. Three safe houses, one on each island. Excuse me. Coming through. A lot of times, try to find a nice spot, pick your line, and hold to it. Because in these games, it's very difficult to drive. Traction control didn't exist in these games.
Well,
that pretty well covers it. I mean, there's voting missions. This was, the first game I ever played in the Grand Theft Auto series was Vice City. But I will be honest. Oh, there's one more. There's a couple more references. Hang on here. Getting a little. This is a rough part of town here. Hang on here.
Didn't even do anything.
Any more? I didn't think so.
Oh, wait a minute.
Well, it's not going to matter in a second. Let me borrow your car. I said, let me borrow the car.
Didn't even do anything.
We're going to spend a little bit of cash and fix it. Pay and spray is right up here, if I remember correctly. Only lowrider in game.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That definitely changes in Vice City.
No, there was only one lowrider there.
Okay.
However,
San Andreas then.
yeah, San Andreas.
They did a lowrider quest, like one of the first quests.
Yeah.
Missions.
Okay. Now, if you pay close attention to the color of the roof on this vehicle and the interior, it's a reference to the Cadillac that Tony Montana is driving initially in the movie Scarface, because it has that interior and the color of the.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a Scarface reference. So there's more than one reference to Scarface in this game, and this is one of the. Definitely. And that's the vehicle, which this is based on a Cadillac. This particular vehicle.
Cool.
So there you have that.
Oh, and it actually pumps. That's cool. How many of you knew that? Comment down in the comment section.
There's a particular mission right here. You got to throw a grenade through that open window that you see there.
Blowing people up.
Mm-hmm.
Prince Magnum at it again.
Well, it's just one of those things that, things you learn in game. There's a guy over here, you'll hear him say, let's see if I can do this without getting shot at. See if I can do this without getting
killed.
There will be a Village People reference in this game from this guy right here.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Oh, well, son of a bitch.
Oh, he's...
Get some.
Oh, shoot.
You're getting serious.
Oh, yeah. You're dead. Damn it.
That don't matter.
That's funny. They just don't like him.
They don't like me in that neighborhood for some reason. Probably because I blew up their ship.
They remember you. Your reputation is low.
Very low.
It's hated.
Very low. The only real convertible in game. Pay attention to the road, Prince Magnum. Pay attention to the road. Rough part of town. There's also the Yakuza Stingers to pick up here when you get so far in game. Let's go and I'm not worried about that. I'll need to pick up a sniper rifle and show you. Here's another one. In regular gameplay, very easy to come over here and pick up health and armor. Very easy. Right there. again, you know, things that I learned about this game early on, playing it. You know, and no, I'm not doing the cheats. I'm not doing cheats. I'm not doing anything like that. I try to avoid doing that as much as possible.
That's
As Laszlo just said, that's a really good point. He's not using cheats. Anyhow. Let's see if I can do this without getting blown away here. This is a war zone. At a certain point in the game, it becomes a war zone. There it is.
What did they say?
There. You can sail the seven seas. That's part of the lyrics in the Navy by the Village People.
Crazy.
Say, YMCA. So again, there's references all over this game.
Pretty much covered them all.
Myself personally, I love the Village People. I don't care what anybody says. Village People, freaking awesome. Dang, that's just a rough part of the neighborhood, and right next to the safe house at that. And of course, to give you all an idea,
Oh wow.
I have pretty much everything unlocked. Yes, I want a rocket launcher. Very much so. Thank you. Oh, I don't need that. We'll grab a Kalashnikov. The automatic Kalashnikov 1947, for those that know what I'm talking about. AK-47.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And that's actually a Patriot that's bulletproof.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I got that from one of the missions.
And it just stays there.
Yep. I don't. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you one of the things that I try to I consider it a kind of an achievement in the game. That isn't it. Dang. He drives like people in Missouri. Anyhow, couldn't help that one. Up on top of that bridge, there will be a hidden package, which I already have it, obviously. Haha. And of course, there's several ways to get to the same location. You can even take the train. I don't do too bad driving in this game, considering how the driving mechanics are just wretched. This was GTA 4, it'd be a different ball game. Well, Gran Turismo 4, you know. Yeah, these games don't pull
Hey,
in.
freaking jackass.
Yeah, they don't pull any punches. Shoreside Vale again, 3 different islands to kind of break it up. This game was revolutionary for its time, and of course today we kind of look it makes retro gaming. Obviously today you wouldn't really think of it. You know, it's like, gosh, I didn't know that this could even be a retro game.
Right. It's about that time now.
Yeah. Out of my way. And now I'm just driving like
We're at an
crap.
hour now.
Oh my gosh, lots to cut down. But yeah, so there you have it. We'll pull up here and we'll save because this is like my favorite spot to save. But this is really all. So what do you think? Pretty cool.
It is really neat. All those different secrets and stuff.
And I'm sure there's even a few I didn't even cover in this game alone. Again, it's one of my all-time favorites to play, and mainly just because there's no other games really like it.
Right.
And from start to finish, it's a great game.
A lot of content in it.
As a matter of fact, the car you start with at the beginning, the Kerma, I actually consider it an achievement, and I still have it. Actually, right here, if you want to even see, I actually still have that car that you start with, and I consider it an achievement to make it all the way to the end of the game and still have that vehicle.
Oh, got you.
And
who out there has that car still?
In game,
See that in the comment section.
And I consider that an achievement, which it should actually be in this garage.
Let's check it out.
And yeah, it's probably changed colors.
Really?
But no, it's not here. I think it might still actually be at the original, but I still have it on this save file. And to me, it's considered an achievement to make it to the end of the game with that car. Again, Rockstar did an amazing job on this game, and I would love to see a reboot of it, but it's just how it is.
Right on, guys. Be right back.
All right, there was one more thing I almost forgot, and you like a good tabloid every now and again?
Oh yeah, I do.
Okay, I think
propaganda is the name of the game. However, it's not my last name.
There you go. Zombie Elvis found.
Zombie Elvis.
Yeah.
Cool.
There's and there will be a reference to the to this also in Vice City, but
with what? With Salty? With shit.
Yep. The things you find in this game. I mean, there's tons of this stuff. So yeah, I mean that's Grand Theft Auto 3. A lot of, and I know I've missed a few references in game, but this is just a handful. Obviously, this is the first time we see the prostitution thing, and most people don't know this. There is if you do the ambulance missions, it gives you the instant where when you pick up the heart container, the thing to refill your life. Mm-hmm. When you do all the ambulance missions, get to a certain level and all that, it automatically gives you the one takes where you can hold up to 125 instead of just 100. Oh. But if you get with a prostitute, you can get it up to 125 without doing so. If
ambulance missions,
yeah, so it'll help that. But do not pick up one of the heart boxes directly right after that unless you take damage, because it'll set it back to 100. Yep. So little things like that. That are in game.
Tips and secrets.
Yeah.
On the Skip Squad TV and Maverick Nation.
All right. So I know you've got your things you got to put up there. So now would be an excellent time.
Thanks for joining, guys. And please do review the channel. Follow Prince Magnum at youtube.com/Prince Magnum. The educational, informational, live gaming stream on how to develop your own stream, game for children in need, and stream from your 4G LTE smartphone, already existing data plan. Thanks so much for watching, guys.
All right, and for the Prince Magnum channel, as always, get out there and work on a project. I don't care what it is. Just do something with yourself. How many times I got to say it? Idle hands and a creative mind make horrible bedfellows. And if you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet. Do something special for them today. And as always, for all of you out there, no matter what you're going through, if no one out there has told you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you.